Felix, one of a kind event, great camaraderie, humor, and I think it's good to mix with a bunch of men and women as well when it comes to tennis. How's the vibe been so far, and have you enjoyed your tennis?
No, the vibe has been great. We've got great personalities on the bench. Everybody's having a lot of fun while being competitive. You can see a lot of smiles on our faces, so that's nice. I think that's what this event is about. People want to see some good tennis, but they want to see the players having fun and enjoying their time. So definitely feel like we had a good time in this arena this week.
Along with good tennis, there's a bunch of concerts that have happened in the last couple of days. Brilliant artists that have flown in from all over the world. Have you had a chance to watch any of the concerts?
Yeah, I was here for Neo a couple nights ago. And other nights, sometimes I was a bit tired, so had to go back to bed. But it was nice. I think it's a brilliant idea actually to mix music with some sport, with some tennis. I always felt like that's something we needed in our sport. So hopefully, that format stays around.
If you had to bring one artist, who would that be to a tennis match?
Oh, I think fellow Canadian Drake.
Drake?
Definitely.
What's your favorite track?
My favorite track? There's a lot. I liked actually his album from a couple of years ago now. If you're reading This Is Too Late album.
Yeah.
I liked all the tracks on that album. It was, I think, a really good one. But all the others he did actually. So, one of the best artists of our generation. And it would be amazing actually to have him perform at a tennis event.
We got to know that your favorite track to walk onto court is A Moth to a Flame. That's interesting now.
Well,
is
Actually, to clarify, I didn't know it was to walk on. They just asked what was my favorite track right now, and I just heard it last week in the gym, and I thought
last week?
Yeah, it was last week in the gym, and I thought I heard it before, but then I heard it again. I was like, I like this track, and so when he asked me a track that I liked, I said, yeah, this one.
Yeah, the Canadian is another fellow Weekend.
Yeah, the Weekend.
Yeah?
I love his music as well. It's a great voice, and I'd love to see him live as well. If he could, if he was here performing, I'd for sure stick around. But definitely, maybe not the track that I would walk onto. Maybe more like Eye of the Tiger or something more that pumps you up a little bit more.
Yeah. How's the preseason training gone for you? Australia fast approaching. Any targets and goals that you've set for yourself?
Just to play some good tennis. Hopefully, I stay in good shape and I'm able to perform at the level that I can perform. I think that's the most important. I want to, stick to a high quality that I've been producing in the last few months. And if I do that, hopefully, I can win a lot of matches. Hopefully, win some big tournaments in the months to come. But firstly, I need to play well.
2022, we saw Serena Williams and Roger Federer call time on their career. We also saw you lift the Davis Cup for Canada, which was fantastic. Carlos Alcaraz, Grand Slam champion. So is this sort of the passing of the torch? The legends, calling time on their career. Now the young guns can finally take over world tennis. Would you say that?
Yeah, in a way, there's a kind of a change of guard, but at the same time, still a few of the legends, the champions hanging around. Of course, Carlos, one of the best players of our generations, for sure. But then you still have Novak and Rafa that won, 3 of the 4 Grand Slams together. So they're tough to beat, especially in those tournaments. But in the other tournaments, you feel like there's more and more room for all the players to have a chance of winning. So I think it's more and more interesting to see who's going to be able to establish themselves as potential Grand Slam winners and dominators of the sport. But I think we have a big group of good players this time around.